All right, man. Now you got mock trades popping up with T.J. Watt. Lions got the third best odds on one of the sports books. I talked about this a few months ago when the Watt and the Steelers was going through their situation, their contract situation. Apparently, they still haven't got an extension. They got Aaron Rodgers on the low. Nobody really wanted him. I think they got him like 1 year, $13 million. The Steelers fans, ain't no way we trading him. I mean, he Asian, you know what I'm saying? And, when it's time to pay a guy that's Asian, I'm saying aging, not Asian, but aging, you know, it seems to get difficult. But, to me, for the Lions, you got to pay him. And, you already kicking a lot of extensions in right now, and it's projected, like I did the video, that they can be as much as $50 million over the cap next season, which at the end of the day, you can move some things around. Don't forget you got J-Mo coming up, Sam Laporta coming up. You can make it work. Philadelphia makes it work all the time. I mean, Saquon, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Lane Johnson. So they make it work. So, yeah, you can make it work. No doubt about it. But, it's tight because then you got to pay Hutch. So in reality, their best opportunity was to go out there and draft a pass rusher, and they didn't. They tried to move up and get a guy. I think it was James Pierce. They couldn't get him. I think did Baltimore get him? And that was it. They had Mike Green sitting there. They didn't really care for Mike Green. That was the word on the street. Well, he said it. Brad Holmes pretty much said it. So yeah, getting T.J. Watt, then you probably want to dump a salary or two over there. You know what I'm saying? Like so we expect Reader probably not DJ Reader not to be back next year. Then you probably expect, Meek Rob. You got some guys that you probably won't be seeing. You got some guys that you probably won't be seeing. So this is gonna get interesting. But I mean, if they was to make a move for the now, you know what I'm saying? And they can say, well, we can't give you no extension, then they ain't gonna show up. So it doesn't make any sense. You sign them to that big contract, then next year you got to make it work. You have a lot of people say, I wouldn't sign Kirby. You have no choice but to sign a guy that takes the ball away. That's why I keep telling y'all that he does everything well except man coverage. You don't expect your free safety or safety in general to be good at man coverage. Like, damn, dog, you just gonna cut dude off like that? I swear I hate these drivers, man. It's just ignorant. These truck drivers, man, they be so ignorant. You just jump right out there like dog, like we all got places to go. It's 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying? You just cut out in front of this car right here, bro. Like, I just be wondering, dog. He driving like a madman on the street. They got 3 lanes, a turning lane, and one going one way and one going the other way. That's one thing I can't stand about Americans. They be in a rush to go nowhere. Every now and again, you might be late to take the kids, or Americans be in a rush to go absolutely nowhere. Can't drive, but you in a rush. Truck sweet though, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if that's a beer truck or what. It's dope. But yeah, you just don't have the money to do it. That's the problem. So you start talking about Trey Hendrickson, and that's what was so critical for them to get one in the draft. And now, the longer Zadarius Smith sit out there, the cheaper he get. So for the most part, they want to say that cap space to absorb that blow, most of that blow that's coming next year. But it's a lot of guys that may not be here next year regardless. A lot of guys on 1-year deals. No. So you gonna, You know, a lot of these guys they can cut, ain't no money at the end of their deals, and you start talking about the core of this team. You know, right now, obviously, Jared Goff, Sam Laporta still got one more year left on his deal after this year. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, they tied up. Penny Sewell, Taylor Decker, you know, Aiden Hutchinson, he got to get a deal. Jack Campbell, he coming up in, you know, a little bit too, but he ain't gonna be too expensive, so I ain't really worried about that. You know, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph. So you know, and I feel people say, well, you don't pay, you know, two safeties $20 million. But Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph are more than just safeties. Yeah, they're more than just safeties. They're more than just safeties. You know, Branch can go man to man. Bring your ass out there, raccoon. Branch can go man to man, tackling the box. Kirby Joseph can be an enforcer over the middle, tackling the box, take the ball away. That's like Baltimore trading away Ed Reed. Ed Reed in his prime. I ain't saying he know Ed Reed. Don't do that. You find a way to make it work. If Philly can find a way to keep finding all these people, finding a way to make it work, me and Brad Holmes can find a way to make it work. You know? But why they just, it'll be hard to do. It'll be hard to do. But that's why you draft to replace. You know, you draft to replace. Even drafting so well, I mean, you know, they just didn't come across the pass rusher they felt confident in. At least he got the right idea with James Pierce. They know that they lacking speed. At least he understand that. Because that's their problem. They lacking a guy that can go get that can legit outside of Hutch, that legit can run and go get the quarterback. Pascal is a guy that just constantly he be back there, he great at stopping the run, but he always just missed that quarterback. And Watt would be nice. He sure would. Watt would be nice for us. But in reality, it's just the money. And the cap jumped up to a record number last year. It's just the money. So it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Hit the link tree. Follow me everywhere there. Peace.